One of the biggest lies people believe about digital products is that you need to have a massive audience to start making a significant income. People literally think you need 10, 20, 50, 100,000 followers before you can start generating meaningful income with digital products. And this could not be further from the truth. I have made over $650,000 in my first 2 years with digital products, and I still don't have a big following. So in this video, I want to share a little bit about why this myth exists, my personal story with how much I made at different stages of my business, and exactly what I would do if I was starting over from zero with the intent of actually making money, not gaining followers. And before I dive in too deep, if you are someone who is trying to figure out how to make money online with digital products, I would love to invite you into Digital Products Academy. This is my completely free beginner's course and community located over on Skool. We have almost 9,000 people in here and growing every single day. This is where I share all of the insider tips, tricks, things that are working for me in my business right now in real time. I'll have the link listed below this video. I would love to see you there. So let's talk about why this myth even exists. And I really believe that it is truly just because a lot of what we see on social media is from really massive accounts. People that do have 10, 20, 50, 100,000 followers. So then we think that unless we have that amount, our voice doesn't really matter, or the income that we could make doesn't really matter, or we are just not as significant as them. And this is not true. I've actually seen a huge increase in what I'm going to call micro influencers. And this is just everyday people showing up online with some type of business. And they are out earning these mega influencers at every single step of the way, every niche, you name it. You can kind of see this trend on a bigger scale too. Massive companies are really shying away from paying celebrities to do their endorsements, and they are spending more with just average people to promote their products. That is what the entire UGC business was founded upon. The reason that this is because relate with everyday people. Celebrities and influencers don't relate as much with the average person. And when purchasing things online now, we are really looking for other people that we connect with. This means there is such a huge opportunity for you to earn an income doing a lot of different things online. I want to also talk about the fact that followers does not equal dollars. I have seen a lot of really massive accounts who have hundreds of thousands of followers and they're not monetizing correctly. So they're making little money, even though they do have a big audience. The opposite is also true. I know a lot of really small accounts who are making a substantial income. I want to talk a little bit about my story and what this kind of looks like for me, because I still have a pretty small account, all things considered. I have about 7,000 followers on Instagram, and this is after about 2.5 years of working my business. And in that time period, I've made about $650,000. Let me kind of rewind a little bit. The very beginning of my business, it was about 3 weeks in when I made around my first $500. I had maybe 100 followers at that point. To make my first $10,000, I was at around maybe 1,500 followers. And I quite literally made my first 6 figures, my first $100,000 in my business. And I only had around 2,500 followers. So let this be proof to you that you do not need to chase followers, nor do you need to really have a lot of followers to make money. It should never really be your focus. And I want to kind of put this into perspective a little bit more, because if you have 1,000 followers who are really engaged in what you have to say, who you are, whatever topic it is that you're talking about, it's going to be so much more beneficial than having 100,000 followers of a bunch of people who don't really care about what you have going on. It definitely is quality over quantity when it comes to followers. These days, at least. I think it used to be basically the opposite, where followers did really matter. But now with how the algorithms work and everything is so much more interest-based, followers don't matter that much. The biggest thing that matters is that you learn the skill of speaking directly to your target audience and helping them with some type of transformation. If you can master this skill, nothing else matters. So knowing all of this and knowing that followers don't really matter, I have seen people with really big accounts not making any money, people with really small accounts making lots of money, and that essentially you do not need to base anything in your business off of how many followers you have. This is what I would do if I was starting over from zero today and I wanted to start making a substantial amount of money with my digital products and social media. First thing I would do is I would pick one audience. So some might call this a niche, but basically it's just a category that you want to be in, right? The type of person that you want to talk to. So This could be like homeschool, fitness, health, wealth, pets, relationships, something like this. You want to talk to a specific group, not everybody. The second thing I would do is have one really simple offer for that niche, for that core group of people that I'm going to be talking to. Ideally, this is going to be something that solves some type of problem for them. Checklist, a masterclass, an ebook, a webinar, something, and keep it simple. They need to understand exactly what this product is going to do for them, how it's going to help them, and just a really streamlined way for them to actually get access to it. The next thing that I would do personally is pick one platform to start marketing on. I think a lot of beginners make their business really complicated when you're going to do a lot better if you just keep it simple. This is actually one of the biggest mistakes I've made in my personal business is I overcomplicated everything. So when it comes to marketing, once you have your product and who you're going to be talking to, figure out first and foremost, where would you like to make content most? The other thing to think about is where does your target audience hang out the most? Is that going to be Facebook? Is that going to be YouTube? Is that going to be Substack? Figure out a platform and really run with that one platform. You don't want to spread yourself too thin. You don't want to say, I'm going to do Instagram and Pinterest and TikTok and Threads and YouTube, and I'm just going to try to do all these things. What happens is that you just do a really subpar job at a lot of different things, and you don't wind up gaining traction to any of them. You feel really stressed out. You feel really just stretched thin, where you could actually gain more traction from just one platform if you got really good at it. The next thing that I would do is I would just talk about one thing consistently over and over and over again in slightly different ways. So for me, because this is a great example, as I am 2.5 years into my business, but I'm just starting YouTube. What are my videos going to be about? They are going to be about the umbrella of helping you make money online with digital products. But there's a lot of different things that I can fit into that. I can talk about profitable niches, easy digital products to create. I can talk about mistakes that I made, how to actually get started. I can do tutorials. You see how all of these things fit into that umbrella of that one topic? This is what you want to do. You want to talk about one topic over and over and over again in slightly different ways. No matter what platform you choose, this strategy is going to help that platform categorize you, start to understand who you are, what you're really good at, who to push your stuff, your content to. And this is going to be the way that you start to grow that know, like, and trust factor with some type of audience. And that's it. I would just do that. I would keep creating content and keep bringing traction to my digital product. The goal here is not 10,000 followers, right? Your goal is to make money. So your goal should be that first sale, those first 10 sales, getting feedback from your product, getting testimonials, creating relationships with customers. These things are going to pay you right now, 6 months from now, 6 years from now. But followers probably won't. The biggest mistake I see a lot of beginners make is waiting to launch some type of digital product until they have X amount of followers. And it's just such a waste because they work so hard to get these followers, but they're not really ensuring that these followers are even going to be interested in their digital product. So they literally waste all of this time and then are almost starting from behind where they would have just started if they would have just made their digital product and started promoting it right away. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you understand that you do not need to wait for a large follower account. You don't need to structure or work your business to just gain followers. Instead, you really want to gain the skill of actually being able to articulate to your target audience how you can help them and what type of transformation you can actually give them. This skill is what is going to pay you in real dollars, not a follower count. If this was helpful, I would love for you to drop me a comment and, of course, subscribe for more videos like this. And if you want to dive deeper and really learn how you can take whatever passion you have currently and turn it into a full digital products business that pays you for years to come, I would love to invite you into Digital Products Academy. This is my completely free beginners course and community. We have almost 9,000 members inside of there already and growing every single day. This is really the hub to my business. This is where I share all of my tips, tricks, and secrets as to how I was able to scale my business so quickly while I have so many other things on my plate. I will have the link for this listed below this video. I hope to see you there.